Hey yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Jesse. How y'all doing today? It's another rainy day here in the Philippines. I getting over a sickness that I had, allergy or sinus issue, something going on. I'm not been feeling very well. Hey, good morning. Are you sick?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Allergies, I think. That's one of my neighbors. He runs a restaurant. Well, as you can see right now from where I live, a really good fried chicken. Let me tell you, everybody talks about Jollibee chicken. So it's just some of these little home restaurants make chicken much better than even Jollibee can. Anyhow, hope everybody's doing good today. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about whether or not I would get back to the USA. This is something that I've thought about. I've talked to my fiance about several times since I've came to the Philippines, and I really can't give you the most definitive answer that you're probably looking for. Would I ever move back to the USA? Well, let's get into it. So, would I ever move back to the USA? Yes, there's a chance that I would move back. There's always a chance. There's always the possibility. You can't say with 100% certainty that you wouldn't. You don't know the future. There is of course a chance that I would move back, but in my current state right now, would I want to move back? No. And there's several reasons for that. Probably the biggest reason is this political divide that it's driving me insane. Really, since Obama, but especially after 2015, 2016, especially during that time, the political divide between people and the USA has been absolutely insane. The way people fight and argue, I've seen people stop being friends with each other. I've seen families stop talking to each other, all because the other one disagrees with them on politics. I find that absolutely ridiculous. I find it petty. I find it childish. I'm not going to get into a lot about what my political leanings are. Needless to say, I think the way people are fighting with each other, it just doesn't. It's stupid. It's dumb, and it's causing problems that shouldn't be caused. I've even had some of my own friends and family fight each other, argue each other, and even in my own personal life. But we might have had a little argument or something, but we never stopped talking to each other. However, there are a lot of people that absolutely have, and that doesn't make sense to me. If you know anything about the army, you could probably. I was in the army, and I am pretty Catholic. So maybe you can guess my political leanings. Maybe not, because ever since I could vote in 2008, every single presidential election, I have switched my vote to a different person every single time. It has completely changed every time. So I doubt you could figure out my political leanings, because I don't swing hard to one way or the other. I wouldn't even say I'm a moderate. I am just me, and I'm going to vote for a person that I feel will do the best. So that's probably the top reason I don't want to move back to the US. It's a more serious reason. Now, a more fun, playful reason is that as long as I continue to renew my passport up until I die, I really don't even want to just live in the Philippines. I am more of the kind of person who I want to travel. I guess in history, I probably would have fit in well with the nomad tribes that didn't really have a home. They would just go place to place, and that's how I would prefer things to be for me. And learn different cultures and different beliefs and different ideas. I'm still a citizen of the U.S., so if I had to go back for whatever reason, I could. I know U.S., especially compared to the Philippines, U.S. medical Medical science is quite a bit, better medical stuff in the U.S. But that's a big complaint about the Philippines from some of my friends here, is especially in areas like where I live, there's not as much that you can do. There's not as much. They can't do as much as they would normally be able to do in, especially bigger cities or the U.S. or some place like that. If I went back to the U.S., that would be a reason why, possibly. Good morning. How you doing? Probably another reason I would move back to the U.S. is if something happened, something serious would happen here in the Philippines when it comes down to political stuff. Unrest was really bad, or things were as bad as they are in the Mindanao region, where there's a high alert on especially foreigners going there because it's dangerous, kidnappings and things like that. I guess if things got like that here, I would probably, if I didn't just travel to another country, I'd probably go back to the U.S. because I don't want to deal with that. Also, if things got bad politically here, I would not want to deal with that. I would want to be in a country that go under martial law. I'm not going to get into that kind of stuff of what happened back in the 60s, I think, or 70s and 80s. I'm not going to get into that, but I could not live in that kind of setting just because I just don't like that. I'm it's too much of an advocate of free speech to allow myself to be bossed around by a government who would not live the free speech. So I guess if something like that happened, yeah, probably I go back. I don't foresee that happening. Filipinos are really smart. I don't think they would ever let that happen to their country again. Now, why do I not want to move back to the U.S. though? One, like I said, the cost of living, or not the cost of living, the political divide. Two is the cost of living. Cost of living is much more expensive in the Philippines or in the USA. I'm sorry, guys. There's a lot of traffic and it's hard to focus. I should have came out earlier. I'm trying to get into a new workout. I see now that this is not going to work. The cost of living is another reason I don't want to go back to the USA. Also, I don't want to be burdened by people from my past, people I was friends with, but nonetheless, I didn't want to deal with. They would always, I don't like to use the word toxic because I think that word is overused, but I would say more like a leech. They will leech off of you and your happiness. People here in the Philippines, they're typically happy. They don't try to bring you down. They like to see you happy. At least the people I've met. And so in the USA, I don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. I don't like to deal with that kind of stuff. I like to be around happy, successful people who want to build themselves up and build other people up in one way or another. So another reason I would not move back to the USA is, well, unless I guess it's Florida or the southern states, it's honestly the weather. It's so cold, and especially where I lived, it was so cold. In Kentucky, I hated it during this time. Between the months of September and April, for me, it started to get too cold during those times. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, but it's still pretty hot. Well, maybe for you, but I really, really like hot weather. I hate any instance of cold. Like right now, even though I'm sure it's probably in the mid to upper 80s out here, it's starting to feel cold to me, and I don't like that. Probably the wind and stuff too, but of course the people in Kentucky right now are probably like, wow, that's so warm. I wish it was that warm right now. Yeah, I bet you do. So the weather is another reason. Honestly, I just like the Philippines better. I like the people here better. I think the food is good, and I love the atmosphere here. Like you can go to, especially where I live, you can go to the mountains and the beach. It's literally my Beyonce, that they call it. They say it's where the mountains meet the beach. And it's literally on both sides. One side of the road, there's mountains. On one side, there's beaches. And then you can hop on a bus for a few hours and be in a big city. Ilo. It's nice. It's nice here. It's got everything I want. I could get here in the Philippines. I might have to travel from where I'm at in this particular area. I might have to travel a little bit, but still get it. And it's not that big of a hassle to travel. In fact, it's fun. It's fun to go to other places. It's fun to see go to the malls in other cities and oh, that's another thing. Look at how America is now. I love buying stuff online. I do, but there's just something special about going to malls, and malls are dying in America. There were so many nice malls that were just dying out. People are losing their jobs, all that stuff, because people are buying stuff online. In the Philippines, I think, has the biggest mall in Southeast Asia. I think the Mall of Asia in Manila. It's not dying here. In fact, it's thriving here. And there's something special about that. There's something special about being able to just go to the mall, even if you don't buy anything. Like I just like going to the mall just to walk around and look, see what's going on, see the people. That's not something that's a big thing anymore in the USA. So, in conclusion, guys, ladies and gentlemen, would I move back to the USA if I had to? I can't say I would never do it. Do I want to? As of right now, no. I rather stay here. I'd rather travel, which is my plan, to travel with my fiance when she gets her passport and we get married and we get a house here. Once all that's done, we're just going to travel. So there you go, guys. That's my brutal, honest opinion on why I don't want to move back to the USA, why I like it here, and why I would prefer to stay here over going back to the USA. I hope you guys are doing great. Remember, you're valuable and you matter. God bless and peace.